also has the 2 Gristlebrand, 2 Emrakul as backup win conditions. You can show and tell right into play, or just use his Omniscience to cast.
Okay. Actually, one of my favorite decks for sure is the Show and Tell deck. Tested a lot online, was a big fan of the deck, kind of got it from Jerry Thompson, and it has been moving along ever since. I think the first top 8, or first time we saw the deck was in SCG Buffalo.
Okay.
So, should be interesting. I mean, this is basically going to be a race.
Yeah.
And
neither player is really looking to interact.
Yes. So, the question, of course, is who wins the race, because Joseph can't really interact with the Omnitel deck. He just has to be quicker than them and kill them. Now, Elves can kill on turn 2, more consistently kills on turn 3, whereas Andrew's deck has Force of Will, but not a lot of other ways to interact.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to give the edge. Oh, I don't know. This is actually so close. Like, I'm not sure how much Omniscience changes things. I kind of feel like it's not much. I think game 1, Elves feels like it's probably ahead. But in games 2 and 3, the Pyroclasms out of the Omniscience deck could be a big problem. Then again, I mean, he can Burning Wish for those Pyroclasms in game 1. They might be a factor.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Both players are deciding. Looks like they're mulliganing.
Yep, it's like, alright, we're cutting a deck that... Oh, okay, it looks like an extra card. Alright, I got it.
Okay, sure. I like the backwards hat battle. I know there's a Rockies fan on one side. I don't know what's on the other side.
Andrew appears to have done him one better and popped it up a little, you know? Gotta get the height.
Yeah, he's got style. Spunk, Flare.
Oh, this might not be one and done. We might have a problem. I know in this situation when I was in a PTQ... Oh, it's a marked sleeve issue. Okay.
Okay.
I thought he had picked up an extra card. I know in a PTQ top 8 I had picked up an extra card and was basically forced to mull to 5.
Yeah, that's typically the end result of that.
That was grim.
Did you win? Did you win anyway?
Oh, I drubbed Shaheen. So I actually don't remember if I won that game. I think I might have, but I know I won the match.
Okay, it looks like the official ruling is just going to be a warning for marked cards. Yep. So I'm glad that there isn't going to be an issue there.
Good.
Likely just accidental wear and tear on sleeves, that sort of thing.
These things
Happens all the time. Not willing to believe there's anything malicious here taking place. So we have, it's like Andrew leading off here. It looks like we've got the names flipped on the top of the screen.
We'll get that corrected real quick.
So Joseph is actually on the right side and Andrew is on the left side. So we'll get that fixed up there for you. As we see a Llanowar Elf into play. I see a Preordain in his hand. I think that's where we're going to start with a promo Preordain.
It's a Venser versus Koth Preordain.
Oh. How do you know that?
Some of us open cards every now and then at work.
Some of us do not, so that's fair. Actually, that's my favorite Preordain picture, too.
Yeah, it's a sweet one. 2 City of Traders.
Yeah, 2 City of Traders here.
I imagine one will go to the bottom at a minimum.
Yeah. So now, depending on what is in Andrew's hand, I mean, he has the City of Traders. If he has Show and Tell and the whole shebang, he can just go off on turn 2.
I see an Emrakul, so if we've got the Omniscience, then we're really cooking. If we've just got the Emrakul, we are simmering.
Yes, yes. A light boil. So let's see what Joseph can do here. From the looks of things, it's going to have to be a turn 3 game for Joseph. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be able to wait any longer than that. Priest Titania coming down here for Joseph. And just a pass. Ooh. Ooh.
Did we... Okay, yeah. Oh, it looks like he drew a Volcanic Island.
Just a Show and Tell? Yep. Alright, who's coming to the party?
we have anything particularly spicy on the elves? We're still working on that names issue, guys. But it is Andrew Morales who is casting Show and Tell. And just the Emrakul. That's all.
There's a Regal Force here. I mean, this is going to let him be able to draw 3 cards, and now the question is if he can go off or if he can't. Because he has to go off now. Like,
yeah.
Emrakul attacks, it's game over. It's going to clear his entire board. So, Andrew only has 1 land in play. I mean, Priest Titania is going to tap for 2. And, of course, Llanowar Elf is going to tap for a green as well.
So what are the odds we see Emrakul get legend ruled right here?
Scanning a deck list. It's possible.
Oh, it's possible.
It's definitely possible. I mean, this is a turn where he just has to go just stone cold crazy and just go off.
Yeah.
So Verdant Catacombs is going to get sacrificed.
There is no tomorrow. Although, to be fair, an elf deck that mostly goes off could theoretically survive an attack from Emrakul. You know, like one of the old, didn't quite get there, flooded the board with, you know, like 10-ish permanents.
Yeah.
Might get another shot.
Potentially.
Potentially. I don't want to dream too big for my britches here, but let's see, Joseph, what's he gonna do? Where's he gonna start?
He's shuffling meticulously.
Yep. I feel like he's kind of thinking over where he's going to go from here while he shuffles. I've been known to do that too, you know. Take a little too much time, shuffle a little slow, or I'm like, all right, so I'm going to cast this spell, and then I'm going to cast this spell, and then I'm going to cast this spell, and then, oh, what if he casts that spell? Yeah.
All right, well, we're not attacking. He was like reaching for his letter off like he was like going to get in for one. It's like, that's not going to happen. Doesn't look like he has a glimpse. So I'm gonna be interested to see what he's gonna be able to do this
Not
turn.
a glimpse is gonna be so hard, perhaps impossible.
I see it. I
see 2 Nettle Sentinels, a Summoner's Pact, and a Wirewood Symbiote at a minimum.
We see the same thing. And now I see, yep, Nettle Sentinel number 1.
I think 3 Nettle Sentinel actually, and a Green Sun Zenith are what rounds out Joseph's hand.
Nettle Sentinel number 2.
And there's one more card I can't quite see. Yep, 3 Sentinel, a Green Sun Zenith, a Symbiote, and a Summoner's Pact. So I imagine we want to get a Heritage Druid into play like as quickly as possible, right? We're gonna Wirewood Symbiote, picking up our one of our. Well, not sure what we're gonna do here actually.
Looks like a Daze to me.
We're gonna get Daze. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, we're gonna add 4 mana to our mana pool to pay for this Daze. So we're gonna be down to 3. So we're gonna have 3 green floating.
Yep. 3 green floating. I think I know where 2 of it's going. Well, or maybe not. He could Pact for the Heritage Druid and then cast it instead of using the Green Suns.
Correct.
So he's got some flexibility there. I'm not sure which is better, actually. I'm not a Seasoned Elf player. I'm sure a Seasoned Elf player would just instantly know which of those 2 lines is correct.
For sure, for sure.
I honestly, I just don't know. I mean, I guess it's gotta be mostly the same difference, right? Since like one of them is just the exact same as the other one, except you pay 1 more mana in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what's interesting is like he had some other creatures that he could have put into play when Andrew cast Show and Tell, and elected to put Regal Force into play. And while Regal Force drawing 3 cards is like relatively good, I think your Regal Force needs to draw more cards than that.
Yeah.
And like he could have potentially just put like another elf into play and then start generating a huge advantage, and then the Regal Force could have been cast to draw like 8 cards instead of just the 3.
He could be just casting Regal Force like shortly after doing this.
Yes.
I find it interesting he went for the Visionary. Maybe he just he's got enough mana to go for with the Symbiote, he's got enough mana to still go for like Pact Heritage Druid. I feel like he's making this play to try and peel for a glimpse or something, but
he did just draw a Heritage Druid right now, so he's going to activate that.
Untap, bounce. Oh well, that's all. He's still got that Pact free rolling then, basically.
Yeah.
We're gonna tap.
This is going to add 4 mana again.
Yep.
I think the first one we're going to see is Heritage Druid. Yep.
And you're a little nervous over there. It's intimidating. All these green,
I mean,
green
it's
men.
It's funny. I've been in this situation too when I played Omnitel online. Like I cast a turn 2 show until put an Ember Pool into play, and then I died.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think you can kill me. Oh no, I'm dead. So we're gonna tap for 3 more green. Excuse me, Visionary, not Archery. So we're gonna untap those little boys. This is a you may.
Is a you may.
You do not want to forget.
I mean, everything's a you may now,
Yeah.
right? Or except for the things that aren't.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's tricky.
We're gonna add some greensies.
There are a fair number of pretty sweet draws in our deck for us. Have we hit any of them? Looks like 2 packs and a Lana War Elf and something else.
This pack is going to give him the opportunity to search for either another Wirewood Symbiote or just an Elvish Visionary if that's what he wants to search for.
Yeah.
So we'll see which one he's going to opt to search for. Thinking it through. 'Cause if he searches for a Symbiote, it's going to let him untap his Priest Titania again, and then be able to bring the Visionary back to his hand. So I'm pretty sure he's going to search for a Symbiote, but not 100% sure.
Yeah, I feel like when you're at this stage where you could actually theoretically survive the Emrakul hit, you just want more Symbiotes. So searching for the Visionary straight up is not that good.
Alright, so there it is.
Yep.
We were thinking.
We do have to be real careful. If our plan is to survive an Emrakul hit this turn, we have to be real careful about being able to pay for Summoner's Pact.
Correct.
And still try and kill the opponent.
Correct again.
Both of those are going to be tricky. He still has the potential to combo off from this position. It's hard to know exactly because we can't see that last card.
I mean, the series of draws are going to be difficult. He hasn't found a glimpse yet, so the Elvish Visionary is really going to have to bring it home.
Yep.
So you see that hit play. He's going to activate this, puts it in the back, untap this little boy, bring back this little boy.
Yep.
The Priest Titania is going to be able to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green at some point. Now 6. So he does have some green mana floating. Hiya, Misty Rainforest.
That's not going to do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just trying to get an idea of how many permanents he has, how many he's going to have left after the Flying Spaghetti Monster comes over.
Amusingly, I'm pretty sure Regal Force is the first one we sacrifice.
Yeah, he's going down. Yeah.
Regal Force, and then probably the lands, and then things get hard.
Yeah. See another Nettle Sentinel there. And now I see this, so it's fun because like the rearranging of permanents, he's like sliding them around because like for some of them like he's already used them for like Wirewood Symbiote, or you know it's already been tapped for Heritage Druid, and then like the other one now like his positioning is like, okay, now I have to figure out what I'm going to sacrifice, which is annoying.
Yep.
As we see some more elves hitting play, an Arbor Elf, and likely to be that Llanowar Elf being put into play as well.
Yeah, I can't really see a reason to not do that. So like it's more mana with our priest on the following turn either way. But we're
he just passes back.
Passing.
I mean, I guess like if I draw a glimpse,
I guess. But he has 2 symbiotes, so like if he draws a glimpse, he's already pretty much in business, right? I mean, I haven't done all the math, obviously, so maybe like the 1 mana would matter. Or, I mean, it's a pretty small margin. Like he's not likely to lose this game because he held a Llanowar Elf or didn't hold a Llanowar Elf. And based on this turn, I think I agree with you that sandbagging the Regal Force could have actually just been enough.
Yeah, we'll never know if he's going to draw into the right stuff. He's pretty much decided what he's going to be sacrificing.
Yep.
Which
Regal
is like
Force, an extra Nettle Sentinel, and Arbor Elf.
So there's the 6, and I'll take the hit as well, pushing me down to 4.
You know what 4 and 0 have in common?
Not much.
Nothing.
Yeah. I had to think for a second. I was like, I don't think very much.
Nope, nothing at all in a game of Magic the Gathering.
All right, let's see.
So during the upkeep, we're going to have to tap our Priest for 4.
Yep.
But that's fine. We got some symbiotes.
He also has a Forceful in his hand along with the blue card. The blue card is Brainstorm.
What a jerk.
Come on, be nice. Be nice.
I just want to see this guy take this Emrakul hit.
And then still win.
Untap and kill the opponent.
He's like, yeah, take the Emrakul hit, pay for the pack. Yep, let's finish you off.
Well, it's got a little mana floating, but I don't think we're gonna get to use that.
Draw a card. Hiya! Dryad Arbor.
Dryad Arbor, big game. That's it, boys. We're like all out, right? We've just got a symbiote for a visionary. Cross our fingers. Otherwise, it's all over. Yep.
So we're gonna get 2 visionary activations, which is nice, except for there's a Force of Will the Brainstorm. Now we'll see if he's gonna pull the trigger on said Force of Will the Brainstorm.
I just snapped Force of Will the Visionary here. I'm pretty sure. But
we'll find out.
Joseph did have 2 Summoners packs, right? I think he did.
I think it was only 1 in a Zenith.
1 in a Zenith?
1 in a Green Sun Zenith.
Okay. If he had 2, he could go get yet another Elvish Visionary and try to get there, but
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Arbo on Wealth, and that's it. Okay. So yeah.
Adding
we'll make
3
3.
green. Give me this back.
Boing. Untap Priest.
It definitely seems like he knows how to play his deck. Like, his mechanics are pretty good.
Yeah.
With everything he's doing. Cast this.
And Andrew correctly snap forcing here. What else is he going to cast, you know? This is all he did last turn.
Yeah.
What are the odds he found something better? Pretty slim.
That's going to do it.
All right.
So a turn 2 Emrakul was enough.
Yeah, how lucky.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would get there, you know? Tentacle Monster usually struggles, but he managed to successfully attack twice for victory in that game.
Yeah, I've been in that situation before. It's very frustrating. You're like, yeah, turn 2 Emrakul. Good luck, man. They're like,
thanks.
you're gonna need it, not me. Looking at the sideboard here, I have Joseph's deck list in front of me. He will be on the play for game 2, and options that he can consider. Kusali Pride Mage, actually quite a good option against an Omniscience deck.
Mm-hmm.
What typically will happen is, okay, Show and Tell, put Omniscience into play, and you have the opportunity, once they cast the next spell for free, to activate Kusali Pride Mage and blow it up. If they're on the Burning Wish kill with Petals of Insight and Grape Shot, it destroys it. If they're on the Emrakul kill,
you're dead.
Sorry about your luck. If they're on the Grizzlebrand kill, you're not as good or bad, but you're just not happy, but at least you're not dead.
Yeah,
2 Humilities, which basically when Andrew casts Show and Tell, he's going to put whatever he puts into play, and Joseph can put Humility into play, which is like a pretty big game. Thorn of Amethyst ×3, which doesn't seem so bad. Crozing Grip, which can take care of the Omniscience part of things. And that's pretty much it. I don't think Gaddock has really many applications here.
No.
The deck is Show and Tell Burning Wish. It can stop the Burning Wish Petals of Insight version of it, but that is quite narrow.
Yeah, I think I'd be bringing in like the Thorns and the Pride Mage probably. I don't think I would get any crazier than that.
Okay.
Just looking at the sideboard there. On Andrew's side, his sideboard is mostly not for these decks. He's got a lot of disruption for other combo decks and ways to beat control decks. I imagine he will bring in one of his Pyroclasms, likely leaving the other in the sideboard to be Burning Wished for. But just getting one in the main deck so we can actually find it, kind of handy. You're more likely to draw your Pyroclasm and blow your opponent out with it than to Burning Wish twice for it, so I think I stand by that choice. He can bring in Pithing Needle, I suppose. I don't think I would. Doesn't do anything, right? I'm trying to remember.
The best thing that it can likely name is Wirewood Symbiote.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stop mana ability, so it's not going to stop Heritage Druid or Priest of Titania or any of that stuff.
Hyper narrow answer to Wirewood Symbiote. The Graph Digger's Cage of the matchup, if you will.
Yes.
So he may consider bringing that in, he may not. It's kind of hard to tell. It depends on what he thinks about the matchup and what he should be doing. Beyond that, he actually has Graph Digger's Cages, which would shut down Green Sun Zenith, but not really enthusiastic about that option either. So
I wouldn't be too enthusiastic about it either. I think he just kind of wants to keep his deck as focused as possible so that he can do what he did last game, which was cast Show and Tell as soon as possible and put Joseph under the gun.
Yep. A little bit of minor disruption that can hit any spell. Going to be a lot more successful than very narrow disruption that hits specific spells.
Also, one of the nice things that Andrew can do, because he has 2 personal tutors in his main deck, I kind of think that makes sense for having the 2 copies of Pyroclasm. He can board in one of the Pyroclasm's personal tutor for it. It's specifically in this matchup that's quite powerful, and then have the option to Burning Wish for the other Pyroclasm that he leaves on his board. So he has even though he has 2 Pyroclasms in his 75, he has a virtual handful of copies of the card actually, which I find kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's going to make it tough for Joseph. It's definitely not a position he's going to enjoy being on once he's on the draw, even if he wins this game.
Yeah, for sure.
The Pyroclasms are way tougher to beat when your opponent gets to be on the play with them.
So both players look to have presented. They're going to draw their opening 7. And we'll see if we've got 2 keep 7s here. Just see Viridian Shaman still in the deck. Let's see, are we happy, gentlemen?
It's interesting we kept in the Viridian Shaman.
Yeah, are there any targets over there in Andrew's deck
Not
list?
in the main deck, only in the sideboard. Well, I suppose Lotus Petal technically, but I don't expect that will actually happen. Post-board, he does have the Pithing Needles, so... sick read from Joseph, perhaps, really trying to game there? Or maybe just, this guy's an elf, it's slightly better than a few of these sideboard cards.
Yeah, I mean, one way or the other. It'll be interesting to see. But if he boarded in the Thorns, then he won't be able to cast the Shaman because it'll destroy that. So
it's awkward.
I'm a little bit interested to see why he did keep that in.
And I really like Thorn in the matchup in general. So
yeah. Andrew does not look thrilled, but he is going to keep his 6 cards. He's a man devoid of emotion. If you can't get a read.
I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous.
Sacrificing Verdant Catacombs.
Yep.
So Joseph's going to move down to 19 life. We'll see what land he's going to get, either a basic or he can opt to get a Savannah. He's just going to get a basic forest here.
Savannah's like a free roll in the matchup, but I suppose it's not going to make much of a difference.
I mean, it just depends on if he did board in the Qasali Pride Mage.
Sure.
As we see a Heritage Druid lead things off for the Combo Elves player. Andrew with the prettiest island in all the land, and just says go. I think a glimpse of nature was Joseph's draw step.
That's a good one.
That's not a bad card.
As draw steps go, a strong one.
And we'll see another Verdant Catacombs move over, putting Joseph down to 18. Again, the options are Forest or Savannah. Find it quite unlikely that he'll be searching for a Dryad Arbor this turn.
Spotted a Forcible, a blue card, and a Volcanic Island over in Andrew's hand, so he does have stops available.
Okay. We'll see what Joseph opts to do this turn. Don't have a good look at his hand, but I'm going to assume there are probably some elves in it. A Thorn of Amethyst.
All right, let's get serious.
We got a reader for a moment.
Andrew's weighing whether his hand can take the force here. He's going to go for it.
That's force, he's going to remove Omniscience to it.
Yep.
And that'll cost Andrew 1 point of life, putting him down to 19, but likely worth it.
Huh. Another land on Andrew's side. Go ahead and play that. Do we have a brainstorm or something to make some use of it?
Doesn't look like a ton of action over there.
No, I think he has an Emrakul and a show, but that's all I can really see.
I did see the Emrakul there. What do we have have this go around?
Another attack from Heritage Druid, followed by Priest.
He just passes on back.
Kind of a slow start for the Elf deck.
Definitely a slow start. I think his hand, the hand that he kept, was relatively reliant on Thorn of Amethyst having a big impact on the game.
Yeah.
Force of Will took care of that relatively easy. So on the end step, Andrew's going to sacrifice the Scalding Tarn to get a land out of his deck, putting him down to 17. And if he does have a Show and Tell in his hand, he's certainly going to cast Show and Tell and put the Emrakul into play. And again, basically be in the same situation as last game as, hope you don't kill me.
Yeah. This. What do you got?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Just drew an Omniscience. If we have our hand
God
right,
Almighty.
that was the best draw. We're going to show. Now, Joseph has his Emrakul.
Does he?
No, if he does.
Oh, I was
that
going
would
to
be
say.
comical.
I was going to say, does he have his Emrakul? Because that'd be gross.
That'd be so sick. But if he doesn't, he's probably just on the spot dead.
Joseph does not look happy that he's going to class.
Yeah.
He doesn't want.
We didn't windmill slam.
Oh no! Oh
so
no! We're reading.
Wants to make sure.
All right. All right. All right. Andrew has the proverbial nuts.
I mean, he did cast it on turn 3. He's pretty fair about it. You know.
Hello. And and
Yeah.
that's going to do it. Andrew Morales, I'm only going to 6 that game, by the way. Able to take it down with his Show and Tell Omniscience deck. Omni-Tell.